The time for empty talk is over.
It's going to be great.
Yo guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Pint&Politics. Technically our 4th podcast now.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, technically. So if you haven't seen, we have made a second channel, Sports and Spirits, looking at all the big sporting events, probably mainly football, Premier League, possibly boxing, MMA when that comes along, anything like that. But no, do check it down, we'll leave a link down in the description. But today's episode is going to be post-election, looking at how and why Labour took such a drumming, and what, and other parties like the Lib Dems and why the Conservatives got such a majority.
Yeah.
We'll explain where the Conservatives made gains, Labour made a gain, and why they lost a lot of seats. But first off, got to review the hard stuff. So, Luke, start us off today. What are you saying? What you got?
So I've obviously got the beer. It's the Rheinbacher Weissbier. Not from Sainsbury's this time.
Not from Sainsbury's. Oh dear.
I know. Aldi this time.
It's that time of year.
I know.
Christmas shopping's got to us now.
Mad Friday's on the horizon.
Oh. See,
yeah.
right, apparently that's only a northern thing, Mad Friday.
I can imagine so.
Apparently that's... I mean, if you are from down south, please do comment if you know what Mad Friday is. But yeah, I saw a tweet the other day saying someone has a bunch of flatmates and they're all from down south. And they said,
heard of it?
Yeah, said, you're going out for Mad Friday. They're like, what's Mad Friday? I mean,
Southern's weird.
If you want to explain it for anyone who doesn't know what Mad Friday
So Mad Friday is basically where everyone does their last minute shopping and everyone has a bit of a piss up before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's just like a social gathering, really. It's like a northern social gathering, I must say. But
yeah, it's basically, that's it, end of the year, do my shopping, piss up. That's mainly what it is. But what are you saying? Do you like it?
I do like it. I'm a massive fan of German beer, obviously with the shirt. Yeah, but wheat beer is one of my favourite as well. In Germany, I had a Stegelweisse. Still not yet to find. I've still not had it in England. I can't find it all.
If we can't find it, we'll get it on. We'll review it. Yeah,
it's one of my favourite. Not mine. But can't get much better than that, really.
So
What
again,
have you gone for?
I'm back on the Gailey drinks. Not because I'm hungover this time, but because I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't fancy a beer today. But no, I've gone for a Roxton Ridge Vineyard Reserve 2018. I mean, I don't know whether 2018 was a good year for wine. I've got no fucking idea. Yeah. But no, it's a Chardonnay. So crack it open.
You got some of the ice in there.
Ice in a cup, make it nice and cold, and then in a little coffee cup that we got from the place where I live. So pour a little bit in there. It's like the video, isn't it? Have you seen it with a woman who's doing a cooking tutorial and she goes, and 2 shots of vodka. And it's like half the bottle and you're like, oh, okay, love.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
That's a rough now. How's that then?
Ooh. Well, that's nice, that. No, yeah, it's fruity. It's definitely fruity.
I can't say I'm a wine guy myself.
I usually drink white wine with lemonade. Usually with white wine and lemonade. But no, I'd definitely say this one's a buy. Again, from Aldi.
Yeah. Nice one too as well.
But yeah, both buys actually this week. One week we'll probably get a week where we'll both go, oh, no shit, we're not buying them.
Obviously, extra Jaffa cakes as well.
Yeah, Jaffa cakes as well.
Got to be a purchase, really.
Well, the knockoff ones, aren't they? They're not there.
They're just so much better. They're like £2 less. So
well, the Jaffa cakes are Jaffa cakes.
Exactly, that's it.
No, right, so then, let's get into it. So, we've researched this beforehand, making sure we've got it right.
Yeah.
So, the Conservatives got 365 seats.
Yes.
With a 78 majority.
Yes.
Right, okay.
If the BBC is wrong, don't blame us.
Well, they might be going now. Boris is on, he's got a bit of talk about it. Whatever your thoughts on the BBC, there is now talk of it possibly being, maybe not, scrapped, or I'd probably just say privatised. Whether, like the NHS.
Yeah, on the rails.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Or the railway system.
Yeah, the railway system, yeah. But no, so that's basically the basic figures. Massive Conservative majority. Labour absolutely hammered. What was it? Talking 117 seats, something like that. Is that the amount they've got? I think that's
they've got over 200.
I've got over 200 seats.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not as bad as I thought.
Like 202, I think. But that's about it.
But it's still.
They were projected to get 194 in the exit poll. I'm pretty sure. 196.
Jesus. That is really bad.
Benefits of staying up for the action.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So we both stayed up. I mean, you stayed up the full
I stayed up for all of it till 5, really.
I only stayed up till 2. I couldn't hack it. I had work the next day. I had a 10-hour shift. I was not staying up. But no, I remember seeing that exit poll coming out at 10 o'clock, dead on 10, looking at it first and thinking, I don't. He didn't seem to register. I don't
I had
know.
to look at it. I had to blink a few times and think,
Yeah.
did I really just see that?
That's what I mean. I looked at it and I was like, right, okay. And then it went up, and then it was like a second went past, and then they put it up on like an even bigger screen. And then I just went, oh shit.
Yeah. It's got real, boys.
Fucking hell. Straight away though, I went back, right, exit polls from the past 4 or 5 elections. Right, let's have a look, see if they're accurate. I mean, some of them are, some of them aren't. But, you know...
You're never going to predict it, like, 100%.
No, I mean, I always take it with a pinch of salt now. I mean, didn't the same exit polls show that Theresa May was going to have a massive majority over Corbyn?
Yeah, I remember that
really didn't happen.
No.
But no, I looked at it and I've got my girlfriend messaging me going, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? You know, and I was like, well, take it with a pinch of salt. You know, it's possibly going to be a Conservative majority. How much, I don't know. But I mean, the weird thing was, right, so predicting this massive Conservative majority.
Yeah.
And then, did you watch the BBC coverage or the Sky coverage?
Sky.
Sky. So I was watching.
So you know my views on the BBC.
So I was watching the BBC coverage, right, and all the first ones that they went to, it was went to Labour, went to Labour, went to Labour. And you're thinking, I know these are kind of like safe Labour seats.
The first ones always go to Labour, don't they?
Yeah, they're always like the safe Labour heartland seats. But then again, not all of them went to them. Like the main one was that Blythe seat.
Yeah.
So they were going through that, and they kept going back to it. And I think they did a recount because it was so close. And then they were like, "Yeah, it's gone to the Tories," and everyone's going, "What?
Whoa!"
A mining town outside of Newcastle has gone Tory.
Gone blue.
What? You know, that must be a hard rejection of Labour's policies. If that's going blue. Like, I don't know, I mean, like, for an American perspective, that's like the state of New York going red.
Yeah.
Like, or California going red. That it doesn't happen.
No.
You know, and
It's never been Conservative, has it? Like,
it possibly has been, but you're talking probably like 20s, 30s, like 1920s, 30s. I mean, for one instance, Wrexham. So that's not been.
That's a mining town in Wales.
Yeah, Northern Wales. So that's not been Tory since 1935.
Bloody hell.
And then,
bloody hell.
and for whatever reasons they've voted that way, they're now blue. And people are saying it's like, that red wall. Talking probably like, Yorkshire, Lancashire, North Wales, gone. All gone. Scotland, SNP now, isn't it?
Joe Swinson.
Yeah, so there's another one. So
I was crying with laughter when I saw that.
The Lib Dem leader, Joe Swinson, lost her own seat. So there's a massive rejection of not only her policies, but just herself in general.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a poll that came out that said that more and more people see of Jo Swinson, the less they like her. Resurgist. But no, so she lost her seat. SNP sweep over Scotland. But does that really make a difference?
With the Conservative majority, no, not a chance.
No.
But if Labour obviously got a bit of like hung parliament, possibly that could have been seen as a Labour win, really. But
yeah, I think if it was a hung parliament or it was so close, like maybe a Tory 1, 2, 3 majority, I think that'd make a massive impact. Now that the Tories have got this 78 majority, it's pointless. Yeah, Scotland are now spouting that they want to leave again. Well, when was the last referendum? 2014?
2014, 15, one of them.
2014. Like, I mean, I always put it back, they didn't have the balls.
No.
In my opinion.
No, they didn't.
They spout all that. I think they all got together, all watched Braveheart the night before.
Freedom!
Yeah, freedom! We see the bloke in the European Court. Was it yesterday? Yeah,
Me.
I think there's a video, you can probably find it on Twitter. I think it's a Scottish MEP, and he's talking about how he doesn't want to leave Europe. And then at the end of his speech, I think the woman who's like the chair of whatever, tells him he's got 1 minute left. And he just goes, freedom!
I've not seen that, no.
Right, okay then. Yeah, so that's right. I think they all got together, all watched Braveheart the night before, and then they went to the polls and went, well, actually, I don't know about it, what we're going to do, change his currency, we're going to put a hard border between, who we're going to export as gas to. I just don't think they've got the balls.
No.
They had the chance, I don't see why do it again. It's like Brexit again. They didn't get the result they wanted, so no, do it again. No, you're lost. Get over it.
Yeah. How are we the only ones that can see that? Like,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, do you know what's strange, right? As well. Do you know if you went round like England and Wales and Northern Ireland, I think they probably prefer the Scottish to leave. I mean, I personally would. If they want to go, let them. I don't give a toss.
I don't. Personally, I don't really care about Scotland. Like,
No, I don't.
They can do whatever they want. We'll survive just fine without them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, obviously people go, well, what about gas? You know, northern gas. But who cares gas from somewhere else?
It's not like we're a poor country.
Also, what? I mean, you can get his own shale gas, or whatever your things are on that. But and I think another one is, well, what? They're not going to sell us gas to us. Well, what they're going to do with it then? Who else are they going to sell it to? They're not going to. That's another argument for me with Brexit. It's like, oh well, we're going to lose all the trade. No, we're not. You think BMW, Audi, Peugeot, Clio? You think they're going to go? Oh well, we're not going to sell to Britain anymore. No.
Lovely accent, by the way.
Oh yeah, a little French accent. Yeah. No, they're good. They're obviously still going to keep selling to us. We're a massive market.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, that's Scotland. Basically, it's all SNP now. I think there's a few Tories.
There's a few Tories. I don't think there's any Lib Dem seats.
Is there any Labour?
I'd like to say there's one, but
I think the SNP could have wiped him out, but I might be wrong. I think they could have wiped him out.
They definitely didn't gain any seats in Scotland, so they would have held it. But
yeah,
I feel like there has got to be one somewhere, and it's like, I think if there is, it'd probably be in Edinburgh or something like that.
Yeah, or Glasgow around that.
Edinburgh, Glasgow, yeah.
Yeah, those kind of areas. But no, so on to Labour then. Oh dear. They gained 1.
Putney.
A grand total of 1. Yeah, Putney in London.
And the seat they gained was pretty surprising, to be fair.
I don't know if it was.
I don't know. It was. Because was it previously Lib Dem?
I think it. Actually, no. I think they could have gained it from the Tories.
Okay.
I think they could have gained it from the Tories, but I think it could be the old kind of like champagne socialist thing. I don't know. Like in this election, to me, it seems more like the richer you are, the more likely you are to vote for Labour. Like if you exclude students, I feel like I don't know. I feel like more likely to vote for Labour. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, Labour gained a grand total of 1 in Putney, and it's their worst election defeat since
1935.
Yeah, 1935.
Yeah.
I'm talking pre-war. You know, pre-Second World War, and that's bad.
That's horrific.
That's really bad.
In this state of affairs, that is horrific.
Like you're talking even worse than when Margaret Thatcher was at her height. You know, in the 80s.
They were never as bad as this.
Even under Michael Foot. Was it Michael Foot? The Labour leader? Or was it even Foot? I can't remember his name.
Michael
Foot, yeah. That's really bad.
Yeah.
That's not even that bad. That is really, really bad.
So I've got to put this question to you. What do you think it comes down to for Labour doing so badly?
3 main reasons.
I've got 2 in my mind.
So I think
possibly got 3.
I think we've got the same 2. So for me, the number 1 issue, for me, in my opinion, is Brexit.
Yep.
It has to
be.
be.
The first one, yeah.
This was, in my opinion, the second referendum. If people didn't want Brexit, they would have voted more for Labour and they would have voted more for Lib Dem.
Yep.
In my opinion, if they didn't want it, I think with the Tories going right, we are fully the party of Brexit now. Obviously, I know you've got the Brexit party, but it's like, you know, we are fully the party of Brexit now under Boris's deal.
Yeah.
Lib Dem are, you know, they're the opposite end of the spectrum. We want to stop it completely, and Labour as well. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
I still don't know Corbyn's stance on Brexit. I think I've said this in a previous podcast, but
yeah,
I still don't know.
Like I said, I think he originally is actually a Brexiteer. He sees the EU as a capitalist club.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like we discussed before, there's so many divisions within the Labour Party. You know, you're talking far, far left socialist, probably bordering on communist.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you've got
John McDonnell.
Yeah, and then you've got the Blairite wing, which is more centrist, probably. You know, there's so many divisions within. I mean, there's divisions within the Tory party, even within the.
But definitely not as bad.
Yeah, but not as bad as within the Labour Party. So to me, I think the Tories' clear stance on Brexit, and I think, I mean, Piers Morgan to me kind of sums it up. I know most people don't like him, but it's like, look, I was a Remainer, I voted, but I'm fed up now. Just get over it.
Yeah.
Just implement it. There's hundreds and thousands of other issues across the country that are more important in people's minds. And I think people are now, well, I don't want another EU referendum. I don't want another frigging Scottish referendum. You know, I want to know if my bins are going to get taken. You know, I want to know if I'm going to get health care. You know, whatever. You know, people have got more pressing issues in my mind.
Yeah.
But to me, that was the main thing, Brexit. I think number 2, Corbyn himself.
Yep. That's literally in the same order. I wonder if we get the third one.
Number 2 is Corbyn himself. I think most people, especially in, you know, your working class towns, they couldn't get behind Corbynism and that, that kind of far-reaching socialism type. I mean, I was speaking to some like business owners, like where I work in a pub. I've got self-employed painters, decorators, joiners, and they're going, I'm self-employed. I don't want to get taxed out of existence. They run a business where they might have a couple of employees. It's like, well, I don't want to get taxed out of existence.
Of course not.
And it's like, I think most people just couldn't get behind that idea.
No.
I'm just him generally. People might see him as a terrorist sympathiser. And I think anti-Semitism did play a big role. How big, I don't know. But especially, when your chief rabbi's coming out and saying he fears for his community.
That's some scary
yeah,
shit.
That really is scary.
2019 and people have to live in fear because of what religion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, and whether Corbyn's an anti-Semite, I don't know. It doesn't help yourself when you sit down with Hamas and Hezbollah. But do you
have a bad cough there?
Yeah, but I think that played a big role. I think Corbyn himself. I think people just couldn't. I know a lot of students like him, a lot of people of our age, but I think for me,
I just saw him as a
Corbyn
nasty
himself.
man, to be honest. The way he came across was very harsh, coarse.
As a debater, he's probably a bit better than Boris.
I
was.
agree.
In a one-on-one debate,
when Boris Johnson is running away from journalists into
yeah,
a hotel.
like Good Morning Britain and stuff. That's what he's the
he
better
likes to swerve
debater.
as many bullets as he can.
To be fair to Corbyn, he will go on TV. Although, you'll get bent over by Andrew Neil. But yeah,
that was horrific.
That was a car crash. That was like the Prince Andrew interview. That was a car crash.
I watched that actually yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was a train wreck. But I just don't think people could align them. But obviously, the vast majority of people couldn't align themselves with him.
No.
Well, that's the main two, and then number 3. I don't know how big of a role this played. Anti-Semitism is probably in there for me.
Do you want to say it in 3?
Yeah, go on. We'll count down. We'll go
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, and then say it.
Alright.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Labour
NHS.
support. Oh no, I was gonna.
What were you going to say? Labour support?
I was gonna say Labour supporters.
Okay.
So we'll come on to your NHS one, but for me, right, it's the behaviour of. I'm not saying all, but the behaviour of some Labour supporters.
Pretty disgusting.
Yeah,
especially after the election.
Yeah.
Not my Prime Minister. Sorry,
Yeah.
lads. He kind of is.
I'm not being funny. You can't call yourselves anti-fascists and then march against the democratic election.
What makes you fascist?
Exactly. Yeah. There was, there was no Russian interference in this. If there was, Corbyn would have won. Come
by
on.
a million miles.
Yeah. There was none of that. Like there's talk in the American election. Boris won it fair and square, and he absolutely demolished him. But you can't march against that and call yourself an anti-fascist.
Sorry, but there cannot be any interference from Russia. When Great Grimsby, Scunthorpe, I'm trying to think of other ones.
Rother Valley,
Rother Valley.
Blythe in Newcastle.
Blythe. They all went to Tory. No, that can't be rigged.
Yeah, that's not Russian interference.
No.
There's none of that in there. To me, it's not just the marchers, but it's like, when you see on Twitter, and it's like, you're thinking of voting Tory, well, you're a Nazi. No. No, I just,
that's just wrong.
That's what I mean. It's like, for people, I was always going to vote Tory. Well, I'm guessing you were as well.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of people who haven't made up their minds.
No.
But when you see, it's like, especially on social media, and it's like, well, if you're going to vote Tory, you're a Nazi, and you hate old people, and you hate this kind of people.
You want your NHS sold off.
Yeah, you want your NHS sold off, and you're like,
and will never be sold off.
Yeah, and it's like, no, I don't.
Where's the scaremongering coming from?
Yeah, it's like, I don't want that, and I'm not being funny. Calling someone a Nazi, or a racist, just straight off the bat, without
making you look like the bigot.
Yeah, and I think, I think people will go, no, well, fuck you. Yeah, if you're going to call me that, well, I will go vote for them.
We'll call you a communist, same thing, really.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my mind because you're calling me, names like that. That's not going to change someone's mind.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know if you looked at Twitter the night of the election.
Oh, pretty much on it.
But if you looked
religiously.
if you looked at Twitter, right, before the election, before the exit poll came out, Labour landslide. Like, you're probably talking every seat.
Oh, Conservatives are going to get their ass spanked and all that.
Well, that's what I mean.
When the exit poll came out, it became very quiet.
Well, that's what I mean. All these celebrities like Lily Allen and whatever going Labour. Jamie Carragher, Labour. Gary Neville, Labour. Yeah, and they're all going, everyone, Labour. And then and then you actually look at it, and the exit poll comes out and everyone goes, shit here now.
It got a bit quiet after the exit poll because Twitter just seemed to be left-wing hotpot.
Do you know what I actually saw, right? About 2 minutes before that exit poll came out, I saw a tweet from a lass saying, Twitter best not be lying to me about this election. And I don't know, that just kind of stuck in my head. Yeah, that just kind of stuck in my head. And I was like, when the exit polls started coming out, and people were like, oh shit, Labour's not going to win.
Mm.
And it's, if you just looked at Twitter, it would have technically lied to you.
Yeah.
But I think
it's not a factual platform.
No, it's not. It's just
somewhere where
people
put their opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can put facts on there.
I mean, it's not bad. We're not saying it's a bad thing.
No.
We're just
freedom
saying.
Of speech.
Yeah, it's freedom. Yeah, freedom of speech. Say whatever you want, as long as you're not, instigating violence. In my opinion. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like the behaviour of some Labour supporters and probably even those on the Lib Dem side, I feel like if calling everyone a racist, a Nazi, whatever, people are just going to go, well, I'm not, I just want this, or I just want that.
Bad person.
Yeah, it's not, well, I just don't like Corbyn, I just don't like the economic policy, or
I just want to get Brexit done.
Yeah, I just want to get Brexit done. I just want to get Brexit done, But no, go on, what's your NHS side of it? What do you say?
I feel like the fact that he wanted to cut privatisation less just seemed to... so I think this isn't a popular opinion, but I think it put a lot of voters off because, of course, you want Macmillan nurses. Of course, you want external help. Like you're just not going to go. And of course, you want an opticians as well. Corbyn needs it.
It does
with his wonky. But of course, there's got to be some privatisation within the NHS. It's like it can't. The NHS is not what it is now without privatisation. If you cut all that, NHS would fail, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah. I don't know what you think about that, but...
I mean, just a fun little fact for those who want to research it, the biggest plan of privatisation ever instigated within the NHS was done under the Labour and Brown government. So there you go. So, yeah.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah.
So, wow.
So the largest amount of privatisation happened under Blair and Brown. The
Champagne Socialists.
Yeah, the Champagne Socialists. But yeah, I mean, you can look it up. I mean, it's generally widely accepted. But yeah, that's where the most of the privatisation came in. I don't know. I think the NHS was a massive battleground, and it always is in every election. But I think a lot of people bought it. What Corbyn said. I think in our younger generation, and a lot of older people didn't.
Because younger people tend to be more naive and believe everything they read.
I think it's because they've not... This is kind of, especially for our generation, this is the first big election. I know you've got people going back, you've got like Cameron and Theresa May. Well, this to me was like our America 2016. 100%, this one.
100%.
This was our rerun of America 2016. And we obviously rejected Marxism, whatever. But I think... a lot of, the younger generation bought it, and because this is the first time they're really fully seeing Labour putting this out, saying the NHS is getting sold off. This is the first time they're seeing it. But the older generation, who's been seeing this same attack line since the Thatcher days, since the 80s, Martin was telling us the other day in Post-War British Politics, he said, he said that Labour's been saying this since the 80s that the NHS has got sold off. Do we sell free healthcare? Yeah. The privatisation that's within the NHS at the moment is it's private contractors who work through the NHS. That's all it is. Yeah. There's no... you don't have to pay for your ambulance rides. You don't have to pay for your doctors, necessarily. Well, it's free at the point of use. But, we're not paying for doctors now. We've still got free healthcare, technically. And I think a lot of young people saw it as a, scary thing, thinking the NHS has got to be sold off. But that's because it's the first time they're hearing it. But I think the older generation who've been hearing this attack line for decades have gone, no, it's not.
No.
And I said it to people at work. It's political suicide. If I think about it, if the Tories...
That's what Gavin was telling me.
Yeah, if the Tories fully sold it off, think about... whatever your views on NHS, whichever party, think about how many votes they would lose.
There'd be absolutely so many riots.
It would be worse than what Labour, have been hammered by now. Like, a lot worse. Realistically. Yes, the Tories have got their own ideology and so have Labour. But at the end of the day, politics at the moment, at that level, it's about winning elections, isn't it? It's all about winning elections. So if that's not an election winning strategy.
No, not
there, there is no majority in this country for privatising the NHS. There is no majority for it.
No.
But yeah, I think the NHS played a massive part. But yeah,
I think we can agree to disagree on which was like a bigger issue, the NHS or Labour's supporters. For me, I'd say the NHS.
Yeah, I'd probably say the NHS. In fact, I'd probably say the NHS. But I mean, coming back onto one of the other reasons is again anti-Semitism and the way Labour have dealt with it.
And terrorist sympathising.
Yeah, I mean, there's accusations the other way. To be fair, of the Tories being Islamophobic, but I think there's more of a bigger issue within the Labour Party of anti-Semitism. I mean, like I say, when your leader's sitting down with Hamas and Hezbollah, it doesn't look good. You've got to lead by example. Obviously, then the Labour attack line on the other side would be, Boris's comments about Muslim women in letterboxes. Careful.
What did you think of that?
Careful.
Explicit red
Oh
warnings.
God, yeah, warnings. Before we get done for YouTube now.
Yeah.
YouTube's going to come at us and put a strike on his channel.
Yeah.
I think Do you
think it was a joke or like?
I must admit, I've not read the piece. If I'm honest, I'll be honest, I've not read the piece, so I can't say whether he meant it as a joke. I mean, only he probably knows whether he meant it as a joke. If it's a joke,
he shouldn't have said it, but
it's a joke.
Jokes are jokes, isn't it?
Yeah, joke. I mean, I always lean on the side of freedom of speech as long as it's not.
You can joke about most things.
Yeah, it's not inciting violence.
No.
I'm not being. I think it's probably just a bad tasting joke. I think that's all it was.
In the current state where people can get offended by anything, it's definitely something. There's a definitely grey area.
Yeah, for me, I'm not. Like I say, I haven't read the piece.
I was not offended by it.
I mean, yeah, but you wouldn't be either.
I'm joking that, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think for me, it's probably just a bad joke. But then again, people say with comments like that, should it be in the position he is? But I think everyone's got their own phobias. I don't know if you could call it that, or their own things that they don't.
To be fair, phobias would tend to be from like spiders and sharks, not.
Yeah, so a phobia is an irrational fear. So, but yeah, I don't know. To me, it's probably a bad joke. I don't know. I'd probably say a bad joke.
Yeah, came out wrong.
Yeah, but I think there's more. I think people more saw anti-Semitism within Corbyn himself. If I don't know.
I personally don't think he is.
I don't think. To be
fair, I have been on the side where I feel like he was, but I can't say I've seen any evidence that he himself has been.
I don't think he's anti-Semitic.
But his party is absolutely rife with it.
Yeah, his party's rife with it. Yeah, it's unfortunately.
And if it is going for his party, and he's like.
I mean, I know he said he's dealing with it or he's dealt with it, but
he's not. He hasn't.
He hasn't. Unfortunately, he hasn't. No. But I feel that Corbyn himself hasn't dealt with the issue
well.
Yeah, because I mean, it took till what was it this morning? I was on the interview with This Morning, and he wouldn't apologise. He wouldn't apologise, and then Philip Schofield literally said, "Why don't you just apologise?" And I think, the politician switched off for a minute and the normal person switched back on and he went, yeah, I've just got to say I'm sorry. Because if he doesn't, then he looks really bad.
Yeah. But if he himself is not anti-Semitic, his party's like completely
rife with it.
I feel so sorry for him. Because it is disgusting.
It is disgusting. It doesn't help.
No.
I mean, you have to have differing views within your party. Otherwise it's like communist one party rule. But there are some views, I guess. I mean, for me, I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult. I guess with a freedom of speech kind of thing. I guess the problem is, right, if you try to outcast these people, and I guess it's whether they then radicalise. Because a lot of radicalisation is pushing things onto the fringes of society, and then not talking about it, not speaking about it, not saying why that's wrong, just going, I'm not even going to listen.
Yeah.
I think that to me leads to radicalisation, but it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there is probably our reasons why Labour lost the election.
I felt there was some good reasons.
Yeah, and why the Tories gained probably so much, and why the Lib Dems, they're there.
You could tell from the debates that she was never going to do well.
Yeah.
But I never thought she'd lose her own seat.
Yeah, I didn't think that. I thought she'd probably keep her own seat, but it's in Scotland though, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, Scotland voted to stay, but I think Scotland was more. I think they're more bothered about independence again than staying within the EU, because I think that they see it as if we do leave the EU, then that gives them more of a case to leave and then try and rejoin.
Mm.
I think they see it as that way. I mean, one party we technically haven't talked about, or two, are the Greens.
I when I was voting, I almost voted for Greens by accident because it was.
I mean, I'm wearing a green shirt. That's the closest. That's the closest I get to.
Oh Christ, SNP boys. I almost voted Green. I almost crossed the box of Greens and I shut myself because.
Why?
No, it was genuinely like a mistake. Like I genuinely almost made a mistake of voting Green. I'm like, oh yeah. I just woke up, so I think right early in the morning when I voted.
Yeah, I mean, I voted late at night. To be fair, I was like 7-8 o'clock.
Was that after work?
When was it? No, I had the day off. I'd gone back home, so I went back to Rotherham to vote. And actually, to be fair, Rotherham was a pretty close seat. It stayed Labour. I mean, it was always going to stay Labour. But I think the gap was probably only down to like 1,000 or 2,000. From you're probably talking like a 10,000.
So it made a difference then.
Yeah, so it's like, Tories were never going to win, but for them to close a gap to 1,000 or 2,000, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
but I mean, what about Scunthorpe?
So it's complicated. So Scunthorpe, I didn't vote in the Scunthorpe constituency. I technically don't. So if you know Scunthorpe well, there's Gunnis and there's like different suburbs outside of Scunthorpe. So I technically live in Gunnis. I was about a street or two away from the constituency of Scunthorpe.
Right.
So I'll discuss Scunthorpe's constituency first, and then
right.
I'll discuss mine. Yeah. So Scunthorpe, we're about a pretty big majority for. It's not been Conservative since the days of Margaret Thatcher.
Right. Okay.
And it's been a massive safe seat for Labour. It's been one of their like
Heartland.
Heartland. Yeah. There's no point campaigning there because Nick Dakin's obviously going to win.
Yeah.
However, we've got quite a strong candidate in Holly Mumbycroft.
Right.
She was an ex-head teacher or just an ex-teacher, single mother, and she won by a few thousand votes in Scunthorpe.
Oh wow!
So
Christ.
Yeah, for a steel town, and the town that it's not prosperous. I wouldn't like to say.
Yeah.
For that to go Tory it says something. And the Brigg and Gulls constituency, there was only 4 boxes you could tick. So you could pick the Greens, you could pick the Dems, Conservative Labour, basically the substandard ones. And Andrew Percy is the candidate for Tory. I voted for him, even though he's got some questionable views, which I personally don't agree with. For example, he fox hunt in like one of his main ones that he is for, and I don't really agree with that, to be fair.
Wait, he's for what?
He's for fox hunting, like.
Oh, it's for fox hunting.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, nah.
No. That's
that's murky waters for me.
That's cruel.
Mm.
Fox hunting's cruel.
But he's a massive Leave. I think he is a Leave.
Is he a Leaver?
Yeah. So that's the only reason I did vote for him. But yeah, I can't really say. I probably would vote Tory anyway if it was this. If Brexit wasn't a thing, I'd probably still vote Tory. But it wouldn't have been as much like. Wouldn't have been a stronger vote, if you know what I mean.
That's the question.
I'd have been debating quite a bit.
If Brexit wasn't an issue, I think Labour could have won.
You reckon so? I reckon they could have won a few more seats. I think they could have held like seats such as Grimsby.
I don't know, because I feel like Brexit was the main thing.
100%.
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, so before the election, I was talking to Gav, and I was saying...
Politics coursemate.
Yeah, politics coursemate, yeah. And Tory party member. He was supposed to be on today, but he's ill.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, we went out on Monday and I almost killed him. not as in a fist fight, as in like alcohol. So, yeah.
Lightweight.
Yeah, 63% and an 80% shot. So yeah, and he doesn't.
Rough.
Yeah, he can't do shots. I mean, he was sipping it, wasn't he? Then the little. Yeah, yeah, but he did it, to be fair to him, he did do it.
Fair play, fair play.
Yeah, fair play. So, but no, I was talking to Gav before I probably said half an hour before those results came out, and I was saying, like, to me, this country since the end of the Second World War, I'd say excluding Margaret Thatcher, has gone, like, just ever so slightly crept more to the left.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. The way the governments have been run, to me, with the exception of Margaret Thatcher, it's just ever so slightly gone more and more to the left, and there's more government interference, and there's more. I don't know. There's a larger role of the state within people's lives.
Bigger government, smaller businesses.
Yeah, and obviously it starts with Clement Attlee in 1945, at the end of the war. And his massive implementation of the welfare state, the NHS. And rapid nationalisation of key industries like iron, steel, the trains. That kind of starts it off, and then it switches back to Churchill in 51. Yeah,
51.
51.
I did that.
Yeah,
my essay on.
I was gonna say that's what we did our essays on. Yeah, so it switches back to Churchill and the Conservatives back in 51, but I still feel like ever so slightly it's crept more and more to the left, and I don't know if this country's now entertaining ideas that are, to me, quite left, that I probably say under Thatcher or pre that were like inconceivable, or like any like right wing views now are seen as like far right wing,
fascist.
So like, I'll tell you one thing for instance. So like this internet thing that Jeremy Corbyn was about. So he's on about
nationalising the broadband.
Yeah, nationalising broadband and BT. Right, okay, so you want now a government-run internet. Do you know who else has government-run internet?
What's that?
Iran.
Ah.
And China. They have government-run internet. That's the thing. To me, it's... I'm not saying it's going to be like that, but I'm saying, like, if they have the power to turn it on, they
can
also
have the power to turn it off.
Yeah, they also have the power to turn it off, and that scares me.
Yeah.
Like, right, your internet. Yeah, your internet don't work now. Right, okay, you sat at home, your Wi-Fi's gone down. Who are you gonna ring?
You're gonna call.
Yeah, you're gonna call.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Well, this time it's the government, so you're gonna call the government. I mean, the government. Think about how shit the government is at sorting stuff at the moment. You think they're gonna be able to sort the internet?
No.
No.
Probably one of the least of the worries.
Yeah, exactly. They're not gonna give a toss. And what happens to all the people at Virgin, at Sky, at PlusNet?
Say goodbye to their jobs.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of people. It's not just the engineers; it's people working in the offices. People answer the phones. All the interns that probably work there.
I don't want to call a civil servant asking for my internet to be fixed.
Yeah,
I'd rather
exactly.
call someone from Virgin who knows what they're on about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, think about all those people that are going to lose their jobs. And I'm sorry, the government's not going to hire all those people again under a government umbrella. Well, how are you going to pay those people? Higher taxes. So, yeah, great. I don't want that. That to me is quite a left-wing idea of free internet. And that I feel like that is stuff that we're entertaining now that really, in my opinion, we shouldn't be entertaining. We should. I mean, you can look at it and then look at the problems with it, but to actually stand on a manifesto and say, we are having a government-run internet. Fuck that.
No. I'd rather have, as bad as what Virgin Media are.
Yeah, I'd
rather have them because they can sort out my internet.
Yeah, if I don't
better than Corbyn could.
Yeah, if I don't like Virgin, I can switch to Sky or I can switch to PlusNet.
EE.
Yeah, EE. Another internet provider. If I don't like the government's one, oh shit. I can't switch. It's like.
I think it's just
It's like gas and energy. If they did they'd probably do the same with that. If they do internet, that'd be the next one. Great energy suppliers shite, they're overcharging you. Well, now you just switch to another one. I know it's a bit of a hassle, but you can still have the possibility to switch. Well, the government runs it now. Who are you going to switch to? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like those ideas are quite left-wing. Well, I don't know, a lot of people might disagree. But to me, it's quite...
put it down in the comments if you disagree.
Yeah, obviously if you disagree. But to me, it's quite left-wing that I don't say shouldn't be entertaining, but shouldn't be standing
it should be
in a
considered,
manifesto.
but we've got to look at it. We've definitely got to look at the pros and
Yeah,
cons.
to me,
not just look at the pros.
Yeah, to me, that really, kind of reeks like Soviet Russia kind of stuff. I don't know, this country ever to me is just sliding further and further to the left. And I said to Gav because I must admit I was shitting it before the election. You know, I was checking Twitter and I thought Labour actually might win. You know, I started off. I started off thinking maybe a small Conservative, you know, massive Conservative majority, small. Shit, Labour might actually win here. You know, because I was looking on social media. You know, all these young people signing up to vote, which is a good thing. Good thing, not bad. Very, very good.
16 shouldn't be allowed, but yes, good that young people are voting.
I was a chimp at 16. I shouldn't be able to vote at 16. But no, you know, more people voting, the better. But you know, seeing all these people voting, all these younger people voting, you know, all these celebrities on Twitter just tweeting Labour. You know, Storms.
Lily Allen's deleted her Twitter account since.
Yeah, no, Storms has called Boris a little prick. You know, so
childish, but
yeah, it's childish, but you know, you can say that. You know, and I'm thinking, shit, they might actually win here. And then the exit poll comes out and it completely changes my mind. But, yeah, no, I was shitting it to Gavin. He even said to Gavin, I said, if they win, right, I think in the next 20 to 30 years, we're looking at a proper, like, socialist government. If they win, we've fucked it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm buying.
Soviet Russia, boys, here we come.
Yeah, exactly. But also, I was glad Labour didn't win, because I actually made a bet with Yona that I'd have to shave my head. If Labour got a majority, yeah.
So you keep your luscious.
Yeah, keep my weave. Yeah. No, but actually get to keep my hair.
I could never shave my hair again.
I've never shaved. I mean, I only shave it on the side. To be fair, when I was younger, I used to have a number 2 all over, like bobblehead.
That was me.
Yeah, that was me.
Thanks, Mum, for giving me that.
Yeah.
But
that was my dad. My dad's got the same number 2 all over. Anyway, nice and
easy.
It
suits some people, but for me, it just didn't go.
Not now. I'm older.
No.
When I was younger, I didn't care. I
didn't really care about my hair.
It was just getting my hair cut. But
anyway, yeah.
But no, thankfully, I get to keep my hair. But no, so that is the election, roughly, overall. Mm-hmm. Now, we're just going to have to see, really.
It's just a waiting game.
Do you think he's actually going to get Brexit done?
I believe he will, you know.
Yeah? I think he's going to do it?
Because people are saying that, trade deal's going to be taking about 3 years. We're not actually going to leave in the 31st of January. Which technically, I think we are. It's just negotiating with the EU.
Yeah, so now he's got his massive majority. He can basically, you know, do his second reading in Parliament. Most likely, we're now vote for.
That's on Friday.
Yeah. Was it on Friday?
That's on Friday. I saw the first PM.
Yeah. So this is being filmed on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Normally it's filmed on Tuesday.
Yeah, normally it's filmed on Tuesday, but we were hungover. But yeah, so this has been filmed on a Wednesday, so that'll be on Friday.
So we'll see if that gets put through. I'm guessing it
yeah,
should.
So the next deadline is on 31st of January. Now Parliament should 99.9% sure.
If he doesn't get it through,
though, he's got to though, because as far as I'm aware, every Conservative candidate stood on his deal.
That's what he said. Do you trust him?
I don't trust any politicians.
That's a good answer.
I mean, he should. I'm 99.9% sure that he should now, with that majority, get it through. Mm-hmm. From then, we will technically leave on the terms of Boris's deal. Trade negotiations, I don't think they'll take 7 years. Or 10 years, whatever, with the United States. Yes, I know the US political system is built for gridlock, and it's built to take the piss a bit. But, I mean, with Europe, for instance, the Lisbon Treaty was pushed through in 3 days. You know, shit like that. If shit like that can get pushed through,
we can get it done in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we can get it done in a couple of weeks. We'll just go on WTO terms. Like, you know, if it really goes to shit,
we need it.
We'll go on WTO terms. I mean, if people are, in my opinion, not going to stop trading with us because we left the EU.
We're the 6th or 5th richest
country in the world, largest economy in the world. They're not going to stop trading with us. I mean,
it'd be foolish.
Do you know? I think it's only 10% of UK businesses that trade with the EU. I think something like that.
Well,
I mean, sure, yeah, okay, we're not going to die. I don't buy this bollocks as there's going to be food shortages and there's going to be medical supply.
Again.
Yeah, like 8 of the
Labour fanboys love to scaremonger, don't
yeah,
they?
exactly. You know, 8 of the top 10 drug companies throughout the world are either from the United States or Switzerland. I think the other 2 are in France, like Sanofi, which my mum used to work for. But the rest of them are either Swiss or from the United States. We're not going to run out of drugs, don't worry. I mean,
your paracetamol's safe.
Yeah, your paracetamol's safe, don't worry. You know, the NHS is going to be fine.
We're not selling that off.
We're not selling that off. You know, there's not going to be medical supplies. There's not going to be food shortages. It's just fear mongering. You know, they said there was going to, lose how many jobs just by the vote of Brexit, and unemployment's actually gone down.
It's actually a record high.
Yeah,
2.8%.
Yeah, employment's actually a record high. I mean, there's disputes about how that's calculated, but if more people are in jobs or more people working more hours, to me that's good. Don't care. But if more people are earning more money, don't care. But I hope he gets it done, and then he's got another 5 years to kind of do what he wants, and then
that's it.
he can.
To get some more issues passed through, isn't it?
I don't know what's next.
That's the thing after Brexit. We just wonder what's going to happen after.
I don't know what the big issue is.
The aftermath.
Because each kind of government, recently has got its big thing. Obviously Blair and the Iraq War, and joining the Euro and stuff.
Yeah.
Gordon Brown, global financial crisis.
Yeah.
Cameron, whether we should or should not have an EU referendum. Theresa May trying to get Brexit done, couldn't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And now Boris, after he gets Brexit done, I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously,
There'll be more podcasts when that happens.
Yeah, this is the last podcast before Christmas.
We'll have to do something over the Christmas holidays or something like that.
Yeah, probably be after Christmas. Because I'm working a shit ton over Christmas. So Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Day.
That was me this year.
Yeah.
Well, technically last Christmas.
Actually, I got Christmas Day off last year, but I did Christmas Eve, Boxing Day.
I was the unlucky guy who got given the worst. So
I
8
got
till 5
Oh
on
god.
Christmas with one break. So
Jesus.
and that was a gruel of that.
Yeah, but see, working, earning money, capitalism.
There we are. It works.
But yeah, no. This will be the last one before Christmas. Obviously, either with over the Christmas period or in the new year.
Yes.
We will get Gav on with it. This is the past 2 times we've tried to get him on.
Yeah.
But no, he will.
If we're not, we'll just drag him halfway across Sheffield.
We'll drag him kicking and screaming. He will come on. But obviously, we try to get other people on, but people are home now for Christmas. This is the last week.
Or people are writing essays.
Yeah, people are writing essays.
But after the Christmas holidays, after the 9th of January, which is our last assignment.
Yeah.
Well, mine anyway. I've got
20th. Oh, is that yours?
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, because I don't do US politics.
Yeah, mine's the 20th, so that's US politics.
That's a late one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Bloody
So the next ones now are the 7th, the 9th, and 20th. But anyway, that's his uni week. But no, put down in the comments, guys, whatever you think is the next big issue. I've literally got no idea.
I've got no idea either.
I haven't got a clue. It'll probably again be the NHS.
I was literally just going to say, when in doubt, put in the NHS.
Yeah, when in doubt, the NHS, or I don't know, probably welfare reform, universal credit. I would say that's. Unless some big foreign policy thing comes up, I can't see anything.
Mm.
I guess the only other thing to talk about at the moment, right, is US politics. Where is the impeachment of Donald J. Trump?
Oh, yeah.
So as we speak now, on Wednesday,
for the record, I don't really, because as I don't do US politics, I don't.
You don't really
it's
follow.
not really my area of expertise.
So I'll update you.
Please do.
So the House Judiciary Committee put through 2 articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump.
Big Don.
Yeah, Big Don. That's now being debated on the floor of the House of Representatives today. They will, as the House is overwhelmingly dominated by Democrats, it will most likely be pushed through. So it goes from the House Judiciary Committee and the Special Oversight Committee, I believe, then to the House Representatives. If it passes there, which it most likely will, it will then go to the floor of the Senate. The President will then be tried in the Senate, like he would be in a criminal court, but impeachment isn't a criminal thing. It's just a political manoeuvre.
Yeah.
If you're impeached, you don't go to prison or anything, you're just kicked out of office. It's not...
You don't go to jail.
Yeah, it's not a criminal charge. The reason being is because there's a Office of Legal Counsel ruling from 1975, basically meaning that a sitting president cannot be indicted.
Right.
On any charges.
This is after Nixon's...
Yeah, I think this is Nixon. Yeah, basically a sitting president cannot be charged with a crime, basically. Cannot be indicted. But he can be impeached and then indicted later on. So yeah, it will then go to the floor of the Senate. The Senate is overwhelmingly dominated by Republicans, where I think they might have probably a 5 to 10 seat majority. So there's just no point.
He's going to go through all that just to
That's it. He'll
Yeah.
get to the very last stage where he'll be tried in the Senate, and the Senate
they'll fall on their ass.
Yeah, and the Senate will just go, nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the articles of impeachment are to do with abuse of power, and
What evidence do they have?
I don't know. I think it's
I think that could be their
I think it's abuse of power and obstruction. I think they're the two articles of impeachment. For those who don't know, it's all around a phone call that Donald Trump made to the Ukrainian President Zelensky. And within the conversation, he mentioned Joe Biden and his son. Hunter Biden sat on a board of a Ukrainian gas and energy company, of which he has no experience, no ties in Ukraine, and somehow found his way onto this board. The vast people's opinion is that it's through corruption and through his daddy was Joe Biden. And also, Joe Biden, can look this up, bragged that he got a Ukrainian prosecutor fired because he was just happened to be looking into the Ukrainian gas company. He just happened to be looking into him, and he withheld $1 billion of US loan guarantees to get this guy fired.
Bloody hell.
But on the other side, within the phone call, Trump did mention, I think he said the words, looking, or something along the lines of looking into Joe Biden and his son. So the Democrats are basically saying it's a use of power, and he was withholding US military aid, about $400 million, so they investigated a political rival, which is probably an impeachable offence.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Republicans' argument is it's within a wider context of corruption. So the DNC and Hillary Clinton worked with the Ukrainians to dig up dirt on Paul Manafort, who was Trump's campaign advisor during the 2016 election. 3 US senators also writ to the Ukrainian government threatening them of withholding more US aid, or other US aid, if they didn't cooperate in the Russia investigation.
Right.
So it's not like, no one's withheld aid before from them or threatened to withhold aid, but it's the reasons behind it.
Right.
But basically, no, he basically won't be impeached, for those who are wondering.
So there's actually no point in that going through that whole process. It's going to fall on its arse on the last hurdle.
You need 5 Republican senators to switch, and he's got a 95% approval.
Is it that much of a fine line in the US?
Yeah, I think you need at least 5 to switch, and then the Speaker of the Senate, the leader of the Senate, which is Mitch McConnell, Cocaine Mitch. Yeah. There's a whole story about
Charlie Mitch.
Yeah, Charlie Mitch, yeah. Basically, I think then he can then decide which way it goes. But he's a Republican anyway, he's a supporter of the president.
Yeah.
So there's basically no point. Trump will remain in office and will probably go into the...
Will finish his term.
He will finish his first term in office. And by some accounts, looks like he's going to win again.
Fair play.
So,
fair play to him.
I mean,
obviously not a popular block. Well, he's obviously not popular by some people.
I mean, he's within the Republican Party. He's got a 95% approval rating.
Christ on a bike.
Yeah, within his own party, 95%. That's pretty good.
That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking Reagan numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
Huge majority. But that's within his own party, obviously.
Yeah.
But American politics is so polarised. You probably say the same about Nancy Pelosi within the Democrats. So, but yeah, I guess that's the news. That's the recent news today. Yeah, we're all caught up.
Missed last week.
Yeah, missed last week. Yeah, but now we're all
Nothing really much happened last week. It was just building up to the election.
Yeah, it was just build up to the election. But yeah, we've gone through that now. You're all caught up to the main news stories of the world. And
we'll have to do a massive recap over Christmas.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's going to be fun,
so much to go
We're
through.
going to have to actually write notes for this.
Big piece of paper and everything. But no. So now, I think we're going to a quiz.
Okay.
So, with a quiz, we haven't got anyone for you to go against. Now, so this is what we're doing on the second channel. We're doing it as if there's no guest. The loser has to do a forfeit.
I'm glad we didn't have to do a forfeit last time, because I did horrifically, spoiler alert.
I mean, we'll keep the ones separate on each channel.
Okay.
If you want. So,
that sounds good.
Yeah, so basically, obviously Luke will do it this week, see how many he gets, or I'll do it, whichever way. And then
because with Tim, I was reading, so I think I'll have to answer the questions
today. Yeah. If you answer the questions today, so
Okay.
Luke also answered the questions in the first one over in Sports and Spirits. So please,
Check that out.
please do check it out. And then if he gets one, like last time.
Oh, you didn't have to spoil it, but, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I didn't say that.
Didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen. No. But yeah, if he gets a low score and then I beat it, then obviously he'll have to do a forfeit, whether it be Chili's cinnamon challenge, something daft like that. Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll think of a forfeit by the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all right, guys. We'll see you in the quiz.
A little bit.
Right, guys, so welcome back. So we are on the quiz. The camera did die. We didn't realise that until 56 odd minutes in. We looked at my phone and just gone. But luckily we've still got all the audio on my laptop anyway. But we're investing in a new camera. I'm getting a new camera for Christmas.
That is.
And we're talking a proper camera. This has been filmed on a phone.
Things what you love to see, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it iPhone 8?
Well, that was iPhone 6 actually. So that's, it's an older one. So yeah, storage was a bit low and I think it died. But no, we've still got the audio. So if it does die again, or it probably might have died right now, I don't even know. If it has, we'll just stick up the Pint&Politics logo. If it does.
And please stick along. Don't switch
please,
off.
just listen to it. Have it on the background while you're doing something else.
Is that when you watch Joe Rogan? You don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't watch it. Yeah, you listen to it.
You put it on
it's just in case we're doing a hand gesture or trying to illustrate something a bit more. But
Yeah.
obviously with the eye candy.
Of course, yeah, that's it.
So, sticking with the theme of the general election, we've got a general election quiz from the Guardian website here.
Can't wait to get one right again. If I can get that.
So, well, actually it says the first one's an easy one here. So, here we
I'll
go.
be the judge of that.
As an easy one to start with, in 2015, David Cameron posted on social media that the election was a simple and inescapable choice between stability and strong government with me or what with Ed Miliband. Now, this is multiple choice. So you've got coalition, chaos, catastrophe, or bacon sandwiches.
What? Right, why are they throwing bacon sandwiches in there then? I want to go with it, but I can't. I'm going to have to say chaos.
You're saying chaos.
I'm saying chaos.
Correct.
I was close to saying coalition. Very close, but...
So it says here on T-shirts remain of our favourite bit.
Why was I saying close to coalition? They were already in a coalition.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
What?
Coalition, the Dems, yeah.
Hang on.
What is it? So
I got one right, so that's equal my best. Can only go up from here.
Michael Portillo losing his seat was an iconic moment in which election? 1983, 1987, 1992, or 1997?
He's the guy who does the Great British Railway, isn't it?
I think so. So I'll show you the picture and I'll show you guys the picture up close. So that's the picture of him.
I know what he looks like now, so that's...
If you guys can see, hopefully if
Hopefully it's focus. Yeah. Ignore the smash photos.
Yeah, ignore that. So that's FIFA related. So
it's not.
Hopefully you should see that. But yeah, just Google a picture of Michael Portillo, you see it?
So I'm going to say 1987.
You're saying 1987. Incorrect.
Is it 1982?
1997.
Ah, cool.
Known as the Portillo moment, at around 3 a.m. on election night, Conservative Cabinet Minister Michael Portillo lost Enfield Southgate to Labour's Stephen Twigg, indicating that after 18 years of Conservative government, the country was about to elect Tony Blair. So, right, so, next one. It's got an image, which again I'll try and show you.
Trying to show you if it actually focuses.
This woman went viral in 2017 after it
I feel like I know which one it already is.
Not another one to the news of Theresa May's decision to call a snap election. But what is her name? We're going to try and
I know, I did know the picture.
show you guys the
It is fresh in the memory.
Yeah. So,
Not another one. It's the first one. I'll say, before you say it, go on, say it first.
Well, for anyone at home, it's Brenda, Barbara, Bernadette, or Brianna. So Brenda is correct. It's Brenda from Bristol. So there you go.
Not another one.
Not another one.
Oh, for goodness' sake.
So David.
Have you seen the one? Have you seen the one before? Have you seen the one where it's like, oh, the toe rag, the
No,
old woman, the old woman where he says, oh, don't mention that name to me, toe rag, in his constituency.
Well, the new one now is David Cameron talking to a tree. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
No, it sounds
That's
strange.
hilarious.
Yeah, but he's explaining that he's going to be behind Boris Johnson.
That feeling when you're so bored
Yeah.
in the office, you just have to make up a joke to
Yeah,
amuse
and
yourself.
the guy who does the politics hour or whatever it is.
I've forgotten what his name
on
is.
Sky. Yeah, you know him, the big fella.
We don't live in the ghetto, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably just an ambulance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's centre of Sheffield, you know. But no, but yeah, no, he does the things. Well, I don't know why he's talking to a tree, but you know, 'cause there's literally a tree right there. Anyway,
I don't know.
so question number 4. So you're on two.
That is not bad.
Yeah.
Please, yeah, give that to me.
David Dimbleby won't be hosting the BBC election coverage this year. Which year did he start hosting election coverage?
1833.
Close, no. So you've got 1974, 1979, 1983, or 1987.
1974.
1974, pretty early.
It's got to be.
1979.
That was going to be my second choice.
Yeah, so 1979 was the Dimpy debut.
How old is he now? He must be at least 80 odd.
Oh Christ, I don't even know. Is he not dead? Is he the next one? Because everyone thought it was Bruce.
Who was it? Because he didn't do it this year. Who did it? Who did it for? I know John Burko was on the Sky one.
What, on the BBC?
Yeah. Oh no, Sky. So that was on
Sky.
What? Who was on BBC? Do you know?
Oh, is he Geordie? Silver-haired bloke. Newsreader sometimes.
It's Hugh Edwards.
Is it Hugh Edwards? Is that
He's Welsh.
he Welsh? I don't even know where he is. Yeah, he's probably. Actually, yeah, he's Welsh.
Yeah,
I
Hugh
think he was
Edwards.
Geordie. I'm thinking
Similar accents, isn't it?
I'm thinking of. I know. I'm thinking of Thingy off This Morning.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Yeah, no, that's one.
Yeah, that's
But
one.
no, yeah.
I don't know the name
I
of
think
it.
it was Hugh Edwards who did the BBC one because he was sat next to Laura Kuenberg.
Oh, she
Uh,
doesn't.
She
Don't
does
get me
everybody.
started.
I think
she
doesn't
gets on my
It
nerves.
doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. I think Laura Kuenberg does everybody's head in. So number 5. Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister from 1979 to 1990.
Yes.
An MP from 1959 to 1992. But
Okay.
which constituency was she an MP for?
Oh, bloody hell! This is just gonna be a guess.
So, Northampton South,
Right.
Nottingham East, Grantham and Stamford, or Finchley?
Right. So I know she was from Grantham. I know she was born there. Lincolnshire lass. Like the illustration there. I'm gonna go with Grantham.
Say Grantham?
Mhm.
Incorrect, it's Finchley.
Do you know what? Everyone says it. That was gonna be my second guess. Genuinely.
Margaret
Oh.
Thatcher won the Finchley seat at 9 general elections. She came
Wow.
from Grantham, but was never an MP there.
Okay.
So, here we go. In 2017's ITV debate, UKIP's Paul Nuttall kept calling Plaid Cymru's Leanne Wood by the wrong name. What did he keep calling her? Caroline, Margaret, Nadine, or Natalie? UKIP are 11.
So
You
Caroline
got it.
is. So Caroline Lucas is the Green Party. They hold a seat.
Alright, okay.
In Brighton, I think that's.
Oh, God, it's fucking bright.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm torn between Caroline and Natalie, and I'm gonna go with Natalie.
Saying Natalie?
Yeah.
Correct. Natalie was possibly confusing with her Natalie Bennett of the Green Party.
Thought it was.
Or maybe he was just very, very bad at TV debates.
I mean, he wasn't a
Possibly
great
that.
politician at
I
all.
mean, yeah, come on, it's UKIP. I mean,
After Nigel Farage
yeah, as
left.
soon as Farage left, it's nothing about it.
No.
Oh, here we go. So in 1983, Michael Foot led the Labour Party to their lowest number of seats in a post-war election.
Mhm.
Until Corbyn came on.
Hey, go on.
Well done, Jeremy. Pulled one out of the bag there. So, how many was it?
I expect scenes.
197, 209, 229, or 232?
It's not 197. However, what were the other 207?
209, 229, or 232?
229.
Incorrect. 209.
I am fuming. I am actually fuming.
229 was Neil Kinnock's tally in 1987. Ed Miliband led the party to 232.
God, Miliband. What a...
Fucking hell, I don't get
Jesus.
that many. Jesus, Ed Miliband.
Gee,
Couldn't
boys.
even bake it.
From Doncaster, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Sorry, people from Doncaster if you're watching.
I know some people from Doncaster. But nice.
I do. I live in
Nah,
one.
they say it's a shithole. I mean, I'm from Rotherham, I can't say it's a
I'm
shithole.
from Scunthorpe, so there you are.
Oh, here we go.
Shitholes all round.
Great. If you're from there, you can say it's fine.
We're entitled.
On 2 occasions in the 20th century, Britain went to the polls twice in a year. Which years? 1910 and 1973, 1910 and 1974, 1922 and 1974, or 1922 and 1975.
Like the one that's.
We have been doing this in post-war British politics.
Because the EEC referendum was in 1973, was it? You can't say, can you? That'd be cheating.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say 1973.
Say
1973.
See, I think that's what I'd go for. Personally, that's what I'd go.
Is it?
1910 to 1974.
Oh no, really? Oh, that's.
So that's as
lucky,
Wilson's
guys.
minority government took over from Heath's Conservatives and then attempted to strengthen their position.
Okay.
Good old Mr. Wilson, as that's what my mum always says. But yeah. 2010 was the first election where both Twitter and Facebook existed.
Right.
One of the trending hashtags was Nick
Boris.
Clegg. that was this year. Hashtag Nick Clegg's fault. Why? Okay. Because Lib Dems had forced Gordon Brown to call the election. Because of broken Liberal Democrat promises. It was added to every photo of a misleading bar chart, or it was an ironic swipe at the media for covering the Lib Dem leader.
I'm going to say the second one.
Because of broken Lib Dem promises. I would have said that just because of the Lib Dems and the tuition fees.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, it's incorrect.
Yeah.
It was an ironic swipe at media coverage of the Lib Dem leader. It says, after Clegg's TV debate...
I'll do better than last time, but it's still not a great showing.
It says, after Clegg's debate performances sparked up an uptick in Lib Dems in the polls, people reacted to a sudden glut of negative Clegg scare coverage on front pages and right-wing press.
Bloody hell.
Christ.
More you know, innit?
So, here we go. This is proper politics, this. So, Lord
This is what you signed up for.
Lord Buckethead
Jesus.
has been a fixture of British elections for decades, typically running against the Prime Minister, but hasn't. But which of these constituencies hasn't Lord Buckethead stood in? So yeah, he hasn't stood in. Finchley, Sedgefield, Huntingdon, or Maidenhead?
Huntingdon.
Saying Huntingdon. Oh, incorrect. Sedgefield.
Right, I'll say my feelings on this.
Lord Buckethead
Finchley,
he never
you
stood
just-
against Tony Blair.
Did he not?
No.
Because I knew Sedgefield were Tony Blair, and that changed Conservatives, didn't it? That changed that went to the Conservatives.
Fucking.
Finchley, obviously, obviously Thatcher.
Gotcha.
I don't know who Huntingdon's was. Do you know that? That's why I went with it.
I have no idea. Who's Maidenhead?
Maidenhead was Theresa May.
Oh, was it? Right,
Yeah.
okay.
I knew that one, but I didn't know Huntingdon. It was between Huntingdon and Sedgefield, I'll be honest. So I'm very surprised it went against Tony Blair.
Okay.
I mean, Sedgefield is an arsehole to get to, so literally the only thing there is a racecourse. That's literally it.
So there are 16 questions on this one.
Okay.
On this one, so we'll go through each question.
That's fine.
So
How many are we on? 5? Oh, we've been keeping count.
I'll go back through at the end.
Cool.
Please keep count because we haven't.
We haven't got a clue. We're only uni students.
We'll do it as a percentage. So if I do one with 10 questions, I'll just do it as a percentage. What we've got.
I was very bad at maths, so I'm not doing that.
I did it at A level, still can't do it. So it's another picture one. So again, I'm showing you. So what was the slogan of this advert? Of that
Oh
picture?
my god.
So
oh my god,
again,
we've done this at
Yeah,
A-level.
that one.
Oh,
if you
no.
can see it, hopefully it
I better
focuses.
get this one right.
It's Tony Blair with the eyes cut out and then some like devilish eyes. So what was the slogan of this advert? New Labour, new danger. Tony Blair, Labour's tax bombshell, or we can master the future.
So, the first one again, what was that one?
New Labour, new danger.
That one.
That's what I would have put because Tony Blair's New Labour. Isn't it? Correct. The 1997 Conservative
I've
Party.
done Tony
added-
proud there.
Yeah,
I've done Tony and Barato proud.
There you go. You got that one.
There we are.
So number 12, Gordon Brown's comments about Gillian Duffy became a key moment of the 2010 election. But where did Brown meet Duffy?
This is the one she called a bigot.
Or is
I
it?
think.
I must admit, I don't know this. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she was talking basically. I'll give you a bit of context. Gordon Brown was talking to this voter called Gillian. If this is what I think it is anyway. He went into the car because obviously she didn't agree with Brown. He got into the car. His mic was still attached.
Was it a hot mic moment?
It was a hot mic moment. It was one of the ITV mics caught up, and when it drove off, he said she's an absolute bigot or something like that.
Oh,
And
right. Okay.
I think that's the where that's from. But carry on.
Okay.
So,
So,
see the question again, sorry.
so where did he meet her?
Right.
So, Rochdale,
Oh no.
Blackburn, shithole. Sorry, I'm a Bolton fan. I gotta say.
Rochdale is as well. You got to say that, innit?
Yeah, but they beat us. I can't really say anything.
Yeah, well.
I mean, Rochdale shit too. Hebden Bridge. Don't really know. Never
Where's
been.
that?
No, I don't actually know what that is. And then Glossop. So where did he meet her?
Glossop.
I would say Glossop. It's not going to be Blackburn, is it? Oh fuck, it's Rochdale.
I was going to say that. Oh.
Prime Minister Brown was on a campaign walkabout in Rochdale when the fateful encounter took place. After that,
Was it the big
after
one?
they met, she told reporters that Brown was a very nice man, and that she had voted Labour all her life and intended to do so again following the week. But then Brown's comments about calling her bigoted were caught on microphone. So yeah.
Mm.
So number
Sneaky
13,
bastard.
John Major was an MP for Huntingdon.
That's where the Huntingdon comes in then.
But where did he first, twice unsuccessfully stand for election? Fucking
Oh,
English.
Christ, I have no idea. Would you have a clue about this one?
Oh fuck no. Islington South and Finsbury, St Pancras South, St Pancras North, or King's Cross and Camden? I don't really know where he was
King's
from.
Cross South.
Fuck it, we're going for it. No, it's North.
Oh my god!
I would have had no idea. I can't say anything.
Isn't Corbyn's Islington Finsbury Park? Because that's where Arsenal are about. Come on, boys.
Oh shit!
That's where
I think it
Arsenal
is.
is. Yeah.
Is he Arsenal fan?
He's an Arsenal fan. Yeah. That's the only thing I kind of agree with him on. To be fair. Oh no! Oh god. Kevin De Bruyne
Christ.
Taurus a new one.
What's the most MPs UKIP have ever won at a general election? 0, 1, 2, or 3? You're saying 1? You're correct. UKIP won one seat in the 2016.
Clacton on Sea, was it?
It doesn't say where, to be fair.
Clacton on
It
Sea.
just says when Douglas Carswell was
Douglas Carswell, that was it.
Oh, here we go. In 2017, the SNP's Stephen Gethins, unless it's Stephen because it's PH, I don't know. Good man, Stephen. No, Stephen. Held North East Fife with the smallest majority of any seat in the country.
Oh my god, I feel like I've heard
How
this
much
somewhere.
was it? So 1, 2, 5, or 7? Fuck me, if it's 1, I swear.
I was gonna say 1, but it can't.
I'd say
5. I'd say 5.
2.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Just 2 votes separate Gethings from Liberal Democrat challenger Elizabeth Richards. It was one of the most closely watched constituencies in the 2019
That's why you should go out and vote, people. That's why you
Exactly.
should go out and vote.
2. To be fair, I wonder what seat that actually went then. It's got to go to SNP.
Surely, innit?
Surely it's Scotland.
North East Fife as well.
Oh, here we go. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Cat.
Cat. Well, here's a question for you. Larry the Cat is one member of the cabinet that doesn't have to stand for re-election. But which Prime Minister did he first serve as Chief Mouser of the Cabinet Office?
Christ, I have no idea. I've got one in my head, but
Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, David Cameron, or Theresa May?
none of them were I was thinking of Thatcher, but
Christ.
Gordon Brown.
You're saying Brown?
Yes.
I would have said Cameron. Yeah, it's Cameron. A rescue stray cat chosen by Downing Street staff, Larry the Cat moved into number 10 in February 2011 when Cameron was in the position.
As my uncle watches the videos, he has been stopped. He probably doesn't mind me saying this, but he has been stopped because he apparently looks like my David Cameron.
Does it?
He's been stopped 3 times.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In Tesco's, all of them in Tesco.
In
I think.
Tesco's?
Yeah, I feel like.
Oh, dear.
Hello, Uncle Paul, if you're watching. But apparently, it looks like that. I can't. Me and my uncle cannot see it. Are probably the only ones, but
Well, apparently the people see it.
I don't understand.
Is that a good thing?
You probably agree with me, but I don't know.
Is David Cameron a sex icon? Is it a good thing?
That's positive.
Yeah, is it a positive or a negative? I mean, if someone said like Ed Miliband, then obviously no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
But anyway, you've got 5 out of 16. Now this is on the Guardian website. This is what it says underneath it. Not so great. Like a politician just repeating, "Well, let's wait for the results to come in after a disastrous exit poll." And
That's harsh.
to be fair, I think he was saying that. Not Corbyn.
Imagine being called disastrous
McDonald.
after you get the wrong same King's Cross constituency.
John McDonnell was saying it. I think Andrew Neil was asking him on BBC. He was like, "Well, if this exit poll's correct, you and Corbyn are finished." I was like, "Well, let's wait for the results to come in." Nah, mate, you're fucked.
and then afterwards, I'm not running for it. I'm not running anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there we go, end of the quiz. You got 5 out of 16.
Better than last time.
Exactly. So wait, forget of your calculator. This is Luke's phone, by the way.
Yes.
5 divided by 16. Not, 31.25.
So if you get 3, if you get 4...
If I get 4...
You're beating.
Well...
You're beating me.
Yeah, if I get 4 out of 10. If it's another, do another quiz and it's out of 10. If I get 4...
We got sudden death.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there is a forfeit on the line, and I am not looking to do that forfeit.
Don't know what the forfeit is yet, but we'll figure one out by the next time.
Hopefully.
But thanks very much, guys. There you go, I can film that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, guys, for watching episode 3. Please do check out the second channel. That line's hitting me now. Okay, it's getting late. As you can tell,
it has turned to that.
No, go check out the second channel.
Sports and Spirit. If you're into sports, it is your cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. The first one's just on the Premier League, more or less in the state of football at the moment.
And the team that we support.
Yeah, and we did a bit of a closer look on Man United and Arsenal, and the two fallen greats, you could probably say, at the moment in the Premier League. But no, we'll go to more on big sporting events when they come.
So we'll do it about once a month, probably.
Yeah, once a month.
If we can get just putting an idea on the podcast here. If we do like something like a Skype call or something like that, and just do a podcast on there.
Yeah, we could.
If we could do that'd be great.
We could hopefully. Obviously, once we figure out how to do stuff on the computer better.
If we know IT,
a live stream, something like that.
That'd be decent,
Yeah, you can probably do a live stream, either.
Like a watch along.
Yeah, watch along.
So for the second channel, this is putting ideas across. This is probably at the end of the podcast anyway. But this is putting ideas across that we could do a live stream for any big sporting.
Please do let us know if that's something you'd like.
Or any debates.
I
feel like if we did a live stream to the first debate, that'd been good because we watched that together.
We watched that together. We could have. For the main general election ones, an election night, we were thinking about it, but I was home to vote. I think other people went home.
I went home to vote.
Yeah, went home to vote. We'll try and do maybe election watch-alongs or Prime Minister.
If it happens anytime, or referendum or whatever.
Referendum, stuff like that. Anything big, or sporting events, then obviously we'll do a watch-along live on
I think that'll be more frequent because election it's already been.
Yeah, and obviously after Christmas, we'll get a new camera.
Get new guests on.
Yeah, camera, new guests. Like I say, everyone's gone home now for Christmas, but everyone will be back by then, so we'll get more guests on.
Indeed, and all essays will be done until April.
Yeah, essays will be done then.
No excuses for anyone who don't want to come on.
Yeah, no excuses. You've got an essay to write. No, you haven't.
No, yeah, exactly.
Well, you have, but not for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got months yet. But no. But no, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully
Thank
the camera hasn't died again. But,
that'd have been funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So the picture round basically been pointless.
Oh, fuck me, I forgot about that.
We'll still have to have a look when this is finished.
We do apologise for those who are going, there's no fucking picture. Oh, well, sorry. But anyway,
switch off if you don't care.
Yeah,
thanks for the view.
Yeah, thanks for the view. We'll take the view. And to those who are disliking the video, thanks.
Cheers for the view, guys.
Yeah, it's attention. Cheers for that. Anyway, thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you later.
Right.
See you later.